topic we are discussing is trade liberalization in agriculture. So there is a difference between GATT and WTO in the sense that in GATT no such steps were taken to liberalize trade in case of agriculture product, but WTO has taken steps to liberalize trade in case of agriculture. Important measures adopted by WTO in this regard include tariffication. Tariffication means replacement of existing non-tariff restriction like import quota by such tariff that would be less harmful and would provide similar level of protection. So many experts say that non-tariff barriers like import quotas are more harmful than tariffs. I think you know what is import quota. It is a quantitative restriction on import and export. Second one is tariff binding. Tariff binding means commitment not to exceed a particular level of tariff. I have already discussed about tariff binding. Next is tariff cut, that is reduction of tariff rates. Fourth is reduction of subsidies and domestic support. So under WTO, subsidies are divided into three categories. First one is prohibited subsidies. So under prohibited subsidies, conditions like local content requirements under which an importing country put condition on firms from another country exporting goods to use domestic ingredients in order to sell product in the market of that importing country. So these things, these local content requirements and these conditions put restrictions on firm from another countries and it affects the trade position of that firm exporting to a particular country. So in that case, if the exporting country feels that due to the subsidies or due to the condition put by the importing country, their industry, domestic industry is getting affected, they can launch a complaint with WTO. Second subsidy is actionable subsidies. So first kind of subsidies that we have discussed, that is totally prohibited. Second kind of subsidies is actionable. So countries, what they do in order to promote export, provide subsidies to exporters. If the importing country feels that subsidies granted by the exporting country to its exporters are affecting domestic market of that importing country, they can still seek help from WTO. I think you are getting the point. So in that case, WTO allows the importing country to impose countervailing duty on the imported products. So now what is countervailing duty? So countervailing duty is a tax which is imposed by an importing country on the imported product to the extent of subsidies granted on those products in the home country. I think you are clear with actionable subsidies. Last one is non-actionable subsidies. So safeguard duties imposed by importing country in order to protect its domestic industries are non-actionable subsidies. When a country is imposing a duty, safeguard duty in order to protect its domestic industries, these are non-actionable. And also subsidies granted to industries for research and development purpose, for innovation purpose are non-actionable subsidies. So these are the measures taken by WTO to liberalize trade in case of agriculture.